In this demo, we are checking out some classic digital delay riffs with this. The Boss SDE-3 dual digital delay. This is a compact dual digital delay based on the Roland SDE-3000, and it is packed with features. We've got mono and stereo inputs and outputs. We've got a cool offset knob for easily dialing in a second delay line, expression pedal control, there's modulation settings here, you've got a low pass filter, there's carryover repeats via this little switch here. You've also got tap tempo and MIDI control. That is a lot of stuff. Let's dive in and check out some tones. So, clean tone. Pretty straightforward, right? I'm using my Morgan MVP. And for that first example, I was playing Pink Floyd Run Like Hell. I want to show you the introduction of the offset first, right? So if you look at the left three knobs, I'm not using any modulation, and we've got this set up. About 7 repeats as well, right? Sounds like that, right? Great. Now, originally he had 2 separate delays set up, but with the offset, listen to this now. Right, check it out now. Just adds a little bit more authenticity, doesn't it? Great stuff. So let's start out simple. A single repeat. So if you turn the feedback all the way down, 1 repeat, right? Add a bit of gain. And that repeat is at about 360 milliseconds-ish. Perfect for Steve Vai's Hina. And then if we move the time knob into the middle, and then if you do some volume swells, and little taps, we can do a bit of Cathedral by Eddie Van Halen. Great fun, right? Now, next up, I'm going to change the level ever so slightly. And I've increased the feedback and the time as well, right? So we've got this now. Slightly slower, perfect for Welcome to the Jungle. It's tricky to play, but that's roughly the same delay settings that Slash uses. But I want to show you the difference between setting the time knob for a 400 millisecond repeat versus turning that right up and having an 800 millisecond repeat there, plus using the offset to set that to an eighth note. Okay, so it basically means you're getting the same thing. Still getting repeats at 400 milliseconds, but it sounds different. I just want to illustrate that. I'll show you what I mean. It'll make more sense. We're going to look at Joe Satriani's Circles, which goes like this. Like that, okay? So hear that. Now watch this. Time's all the way up and we've got the offset knob in play now. Notice the accents. Gives you a much different flavour, right? So we go. Just adds a different dimension to it, right? Such a cool song, isn't it? Now, same principle. We're using the offset to do quarter notes. Pretty simple, but Let's Dance has some great examples where the guitar part is just playing. That stuff, right? But with the delays, which are added by a producer, funnily enough, it goes like this. Great, isn't it? Such a classic. Now, one thing we haven't done is looked at the modulation, so let's get involved in that. We've got the Police Walking on the Moon. Hear the modulation? Just subtle, right? But without it, it sounds like this. And with it, I've changed the depth and the rate controls. Great, isn't it? Lovely. Now, let's also look at the high cut knob with these settings. It's essentially a low pass filter. So what that means is the more you increase it, the higher frequencies are then cut out. So with it at 0, that'll be its sort of brightest sound. If I turn it all the way up, like this, ever so slightly darker, right? As in the repeat, right? Back round to 0. So the repeat has a bit more brightness. So that's cool. And then if we get the offset involved as well, adds a little bit of complexity. And because it's only one repeat, it just creates that a little extra something, right? Okay, now the next setting, we've got to look at the edge, and I love U2's Pride. I think it's got everything, really. So we've got delays, we've got modulation, and we've got the second delay set to dotted eighths. Like that. Superb stuff, isn't it? If you turn all the repeats down, so you have effectively like no delay, and just use the modulation, you get a cool chorus pedal, right? Pretty cool, right? Don't forget, this is the original tone, right? And here's with the chorus added. It's pretty nice. And then if you turn the rate right up, you get like a vibrato thing. Lovely, right? No delay. Now there's loads of cool stuff going on with this as well. I haven't even touched on the stereo stuff, which is really where this really comes alive. I just wanted to show you some really basic settings. So I appreciate I'm just scratching the surface here, really. But I'm going to turn up the level to push my amp as well, so you'll get a bit of extra dirt. I'm going to play you out with some Rooster. See you soon.